too can win a free car, an invisible car that doesn't exist. Welcome. Let's drink beer.
Awesome.
Well, hold on. You too can win. That means there was already a winner. Who won the first prize?
Oh, well, that would be Locke, and it totally wasn't rigged. I'm hoping.
Smart idea. Get the lawyer.
Yeah, I think we're getting a call from the BC Lottery Gaming Commission or whatever.
You're gonna come down on us. What kind of car did you give away? It looked red.
Hot Wheels?
Oh, yeah, it's always been a Hot Wheels. We would never ever suggest that, we would give it a real car.
Well, wasn't there like a number of years ago, there was a radio station that was giving away a free Toyota, and somebody won, and they were so excited about it. And what they got was a toy Yoda, like a Yoda action figure. Toy Yoda. And the person who won it was so pissed.
Oh my god, that is awesome. Yeah. All right, boys. So today we're all drinking. Well, actually, sorry. I'm assuming Locke is drinking beer.
I am.
I know that Keith is not. Keith, why don't you start? Tell us what you've got there.
I got some whiskey in my wonderful TARDIS fam mug.
Excellent.
It's a 12-year Glenfiddich.
Nice.
Cool. And?
It's fantastic.
It does the job.
It does exactly what I want it to.
Makes me relaxed.
It's got a small bite to it. Not as bad as the last whiskey I showcased, but it's got a small bite to it, and it's enjoyable.
Okay. Now, as I've said before, I'm not a whiskey drinker. I don't know a lot about whiskey. Where does Glenfiddich rank on whiskeys, like overall? Like, is it like in the top echelon? Is it sort of like middle of the road, or is it bottom of the barrel?
It's none of the above. It's top shelf that you'll find on most bar shelves. Right? So it's for something that's not very uncommon. Glenfiddich is very, very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're a reputable distillery that have been around, I think, historically some time. But yeah, they're not exotic, but if you were if you were out somewhere and you were looking at a whiskey menu, you would likely see it.
Okay.
And it's good, but it's just, it's not rare or unusual particularly.
Right.
I think the fact that it's a 12-year is a bit more rare than I think
sure.
5-year.
Yeah. It's and that's where the distinctions really start to come in. Is Glenfiddich, like other distilleries, has a range of products, and high end Glenfiddich is, I'm sure, as competitive as whiskey gets. Right.
True. All right, Locke. Since you're off in the east, what are you drinking today?
All right, so I've decided to find out what the flying monkeys have been up to lately.
The Wonder Box.
Yes. Should I mirror this? I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah. So, this is a variety pack. Of the things in the variety pack, two of them. I'm just going to go ahead and suppose that there's a strong possibility that I will not like them. But this sounds promising. This is what I'll be talking about. This is their roll-up Pomelo IPA. It's 6%er. So rolling with crush hops and modern pomelo terpenes. This enhanced West Coast IPA sidles up with squinty eyes and a satisfied grin to casually wind its way through your trip.
Through your trip.
So they continue to have a sort of a psychedelic theme with their marketing.
Right on.
They are located at 107 Dunlop Street, Barrie, Ontario, Canada.
Right.
Earth, Milky Way, the universe, infinity.
Okay. That's kind of awesome, actually.
That's pretty accurate. At least in my experience. All right, so let's give this a shot.
I'm dying to know about this one. This one's interesting.
So it's interesting the roll-up name. I would have thought that would have been a callback. Remember in the 80s, there was these things called fruit roll-ups, which was just like dried fruit on cellophane. And
oh, that is totally the kind of thing that this company would do. Like that would be a reference they would make.
Yeah.
The fact that this boasts a mangy, toothy-looking biker cat on the front, I'm thinking means they're going in another direction here.
Right, okay.
I mean, like, rolling up on a motorcycle. Patchovers amongst bikers that were referred to as roll-ups? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's accurate or a thing. Anyway, I am pleased to announce that first couple of sips have been very good. This is the kind of beverage that I kind of always hope that these guys are going to do. Instead, it's always something like zany with, like a load of sugar and so much fruit. And it's sort of like, ugh. This is crisp. I get where they're going with pomelo, but when they say terpenes, they mean they've done that with beer, not by adding grapefruits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dry finish. There's something Kolsch-esque about this that isn't quite in keeping with their assertion that this is a West Coast IPA.
Okay.
It's a little bit, it got a little bit of the vibe of a cold IPA, which is, a cold fermented IPA, meaning it's actually a lager, not an ale.
Right.
It's an IPL is what it would be, but I'll trust them that it is in fact an ale. But it does have that, kind of that sort of flavor. Like maybe this is kind of closer to a Pilsner recipe that they've modified or something. Oh, I like it.
Excellent.
All right.
So what are you gents drinking?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned about that yours is kind of more similar to a cold IPA.
Yeah.
Because Shane and I are drinking from Category 12 in Victoria. Their Cryo Quench cold IPA.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I don't really know a whole lot about this.
Okay.
It says fermented cold, finished crisp. Cryo Quench delivers a refreshing hit of hop forward clarity when it's needed the most. Built on a smooth corn-based malt profile and lager yeast foundation, this cold IPA balances modern IPA aromatics with a lean, thirst-quenching finish. Clocks in at 5.8%. And comes in these 473 ml tall cans.
This thing smells absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I've already poured mine. This is what it looks like in my Stormtrooper mug.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Oh my god. Oh.
So if this is a lager, like in essence, it doesn't taste like one.
Okay.
It tastes like an IPA.
And so, along that question, what are you tasting in the way of, as compared with other IPAs?
There's a little bit more of a malt profile to it. It's a little bit
Okay.
more malty. The hop bite isn't quite as severe as it would be with, say, like a Fat Tug or any other of those kinds of like West Coast IPAs, but it's there. There's definitely like a resiny kind of flavor to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really liking
So
it.
hints of pine.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Shane?
Sorry, I'm in my happy place.
Now, I'm actually gonna, because Shane told me that we were gonna do this beer tonight. I'm actually, when I'm finished this one, I'm gonna do a second beer. Now, Shane and I were gonna do the Advent calendar from Parallel 49 this year. He was unable to get his hands on one, so we didn't do it. But I bought one.
Oh.
And I've been kind of slowly going through it. And one of the beers that was in it was their cold IPA. So I'm going to try this one after I'm finished the category 12 one. And I'm going to compare the two.
Well, I did go to category 12 when I was there last, and had their stout, which I cannot remember the name of it, but it was also quite amazing.
Category 12 is great. They always produce winners. I've only ever had one thing from them that I was disappointed with. I won't say what it is because I think it's one of their beers that they're the most proud of. Usually a winner there.
Yeah, I've high level of respect for Category 12 as a brewery. I mean, of the breweries that sort of hit at the right time to become, sort of nationally established. I think both Driftwood and Phillips were there, at the right moment. These guys, I think they were a little late to arrive.
Yeah.
But the quality of what they do has always impressed me. I wonder if now the other thing though, for a Victoria beer company, they seem to have gone for a different flavor with the look, because both Phillips and Driftwood got a lot of mileage on, frankly, very good art. And that's sort of the game that these guys are playing. Is it good, or is it just distinctive and recognizable? I don't know, but it's creative and it admittedly it catches the eye. Category 12 have always been a little more restrained in their look. Would you agree?
I would agree. And I think that comes from the fact that I don't know exactly what the owner and the head brewmaster did before they opened category 12, but he had like a sciencey kind of working in a lab kind of job. So his stuff is very sort of like scientific looking.
That makes sense. The names are very scientific as well.
Yes. Now, early on, I don't think they embraced that, but like maybe a couple of years after they opened, they started to embrace it, and putting a lot of stuff into like on some of the, let's see if I can see an example on here. Well, it's like they got a little diagram of an atom there. Sometimes they'll put like a little icon of a beaker. Stuff. It's sort of like more the kind of stuff that you would see like in a scientific journal. instead
Mm-hmm.
of being some wild, crazy, artistic thing. But yes, they were late to the party, and that kind of makes me scared for them for the future, because as we know, it's been a rough go for breweries here in BC. In fact, we just lost another brewery yesterday, a long time one, and I was kind of surprised about it. Lighthouse.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. Yesterday was their last day. Phillips has bought their brand, so
Okay.
their beers are still going to be made by Phillips, but the Lighthouse tap room and everything is shutting down, or has shut down. Actually, yesterday was the last day.
Wow, that's. I'm sorry to hear that.
And I mean, Lighthouse was, it's been around for almost 30 years. I mean,
They were, yeah, right. So I mean, so as much as Category 12 were maybe a little late to the party, Lighthouse, I mean, they were there early.
yeah, they were one of the first.
Yeah.
And if they can go, almost anybody can. I mean, I think Phillips is safe. I think Driftwood is safe.
Yeah.
Apart from them, I'm not sure anybody's safe.
Yeah. No, I agree with your assessment there.
It really is too bad.
So
what do they do to survive then?
Well, that's an interesting question. The fact that they continue to make excellent beer is a non-trivial start, I would say. I mean, like
I've noticed that Phillips and Driftwood have done is they still make beer, but they've also started making spirits and whiskey.
Spirits and whiskey, and have also drifted into soft drinks.
Yes.
For those who
Well,
don't
Phillips did. Driftwood, I don't think has.
Maybe not Driftwood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Phillips did.
Yeah, Phillips did. Spinnaker's has.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I think if a brewery wants to survive long term, they need to, diversify.
Yeah. And that's something that if they were to take a laboratory approach, that might yield some interesting results in that respect.
We're talking about Category 12.
Yeah.
I think Category 12 honestly would have to move to a bigger place if they were going to do that.
Well, yeah, I think there's a bunch of moves they would likely want to make. One of them is probably related to, as much as I like the fact that their beer marketing, it seems like beer for educated adults rather than. But on the other hand,
nothing wrong with that.
How big is that market, and how do they maybe need to reach out to other markets if they're going to get a large enough audience that they do survive, right? I don't know. It's an interesting question. I mean, if you're scaled right, and if you're not trying to do dumb things that don't serve your target market, a niche market can be fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You think about ski hills. Like, if every ski hill hadn't bought into the idea that they need to be general public friendly, and so every stretch of the hill needs to be covered by a quad detachable chairlift, plenty of ski hills would have survived the die-off in the late 90s, early 2000s that happened when the families that could afford to ski growing up, were starting to have families of their own who could no longer afford to ski, right? And when that's the case, when it doesn't pass to the next generation, you've just whittled down your market to something that may not be economically plausible. You may not have a real business case there,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say that Category 12 is located relatively close to the Vancouver Island Tech Park, and so it does probably draw in the educated adult crowd.
Yeah. So they what they might be well served to do is to focus on a particular kind of drinker, a particular kind of buyer, and just make sure that they don't expose themselves economically to a lot of extra costs over markets that maybe just aren't theirs anyway. Now,
I mean, we're saying all this. Like, as far as I know, I mean, Category 12 is fine. Like,
yeah.
I'm just saying that there seems to be a trend in the market.
Yeah. No. We're only saying this out of an abundance of caution that we love what they do and we want them around going forward.
For sure.
Absolutely. Just like Flying Monkey's been around for quite a long time as well.
Yeah, I think they've had a pretty good stretch. Look,
I was thinking
again, like Ontario craft beer is a sort of a weird animal because the whole scene out in this province was stunted by like a provincial alcohol regulation system that was also fundamentally about delivering political kickbacks vis-a-vis the beer store and those sort of monopolies. And that coupled with a kind of a snottish attitude that beer is, that we want to discourage these beer drinkers, real Ontarians, but we're proud of our wine culture. Like that's sort of how Ontario government thinks of liquor. And so, I think craft beer got started late here. As a result, there's maybe some effervescence to some of the recipes going on now that I think may have died off a little bit in some of the places where it was even better established. But the story's not completely done in Ontario, I don't think, because it started late, and so I'm imagining will likely end late.
Right.
I am thoroughly, though, sick of the too sweet beer as an option. No more too sweet.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm still going through PTSD from Cake and whatever those other awful beers that we tried, like, I don't know.
Cake wasn't that bad. I liked Cake.
Really?
I did.
Man. There was also another one we had around the same time that was really sweet too. But I actually had a question for Keith. What do you think that the financial repercussions will happen if all of the breweries in Canada go out of business? What catastrophic problem are beer drinkers going to have?
Well, they're going to have to find their own source of beer if they're going to continue drinking it, and that probably means they're going to try to buy up their own hops, their own supplies, which puts a heavy demand on those supplies. So the cost of hops would definitely increase. Of course, you'll have those who want to grow the hops and whatnot at their own home. I've had friends who grew hops in their backyard and used it as their own ingredients for.
I also have friends who ran grow hops.
So yeah, I mean, Cascadia hops were the choice of my friends who were growing stuff in the backyard. And if breweries started shutting down and people wanted their they're fixed, then demand increases, and
Well, but that could create so
it could create a new market for.
If we've been through the craft beer renaissance, perhaps there's a craft beer enlightenment on the way, where brewing for all, everybody.
Brewing co-ops.
Brewing co-ops. There we
Brewing
go.
co-ops. Yes.
I heard Chain runs one of those.
There's militias of brewery.
I'd be on board with joining a brewing co-op. I would totally do that.
Yeah.
Well, you should come live in our building, because there's technically the Artec Brewing Club is a thing. So,
Technically, like
everybody. Well, it depends on how involved people get. If some people just want to drink beer, then there are people that join the club that way. Yeah, brewing.
the only rule of beer club is don't talk about beer club.
beer club.
Oh man, that secret's been out for ages.
Can't talk about beer club because you don't remember beer club.
Well, there's also that whole problem with not problem, as you said, like Locke, with like a potential beer enlightenment coming. That a lot of the younger ones apparently are not drinking in like droves. Like they're not even experimenting with alcohol like it has been in the past. The death of the Bush Party or whatever. I don't know. Is this going to continue? Do you think this is a lesson learned by the younger generation?
I honestly have no idea. But in today's environment, I think people are. Do you ever get the impression that there's a general societal confusion as to what are the appropriate motives to drink? Like, I think when people talk about people who drink, they either have in their mind people who use it as a sad bastard crutch, or people who get super fucking loaded and then piss on their car. And I don't know if I don't know if they stop and consider that there's an abundant portion of society that is, I think, well served by the social lubrication provided by a nice bottle of wine at dinner.
Okay.
A solid pint of beer at a pub with, the general public in a friendly atmosphere. I mean, these are the conditions, the preconditions, perhaps, that allow for civil society to thrive. Drop that, and I don't know what's left.
Well, I think the problem is that today's youth, they don't go to parties.
They don't drink enough, do they?
Well, no, they don't socialize.
Oh,
They don't go to parties.
Part of the problem is that it's disposable income. There is a lack of disposable income for the younger generations.
True.
Sure,
And so going out to the bar is a luxury.
But I mean, my kids, who are all adults now, I can't speak for my oldest because he doesn't live here anymore, so I don't know what he does. But my other two, they'll spend a lot of nights in their rooms on their computer playing whatever games that they play, but they play them online with other people, right? So they're talking and laughing and doing all that. They're socializing, but at a distance. Nobody has like house parties anymore. I don't think my kids
parties cost money.
I would ask, how do they get laid? Except there's a problem, and that's that I have spies in their network who inform me, we're relatively reliably on a regular basis by way of complaint, that they don't.
Do you think that the younger generation would be more relaxed and more willing to go out to the bar if they were about to get laid at the same time? Or the
Well,
sorry,
look,
an increased
it'd be
chance
a
of
rare
getting
bar
laid.
that you're getting laid at the same time. And if you know the address, let me know. But I think generally speaking, there has been an attempt by another type of addictive product to step into the middle of people's social lives, and whether it's as direct as something like Lava Life or Plenty of Fish, or something as not necessarily directly about picking up, like Facebook or Insta, or TikTok. Well, I don't
Whatever
know.
the kids are using.
TikTok's pretty sexualized these days, so I don't know. But it's sort of like it's that kind of a thing where it could be that they're already receiving a lot of peer pressure, let's say, to take on a different type of addiction.
Cell phones are highly addictive, and that is probably also causing some.
What that will likely result in physiologically, just so everybody's clear, and so we know what to expect, is sort of a new dark age where there will be a sort of a whole generation of humpbacks called the millennials, because they're spending their whole lives bent over, right?
Remember,
In their geriatric experience, the likelihood of them having back issues is way up here.
totally
True.
bad posture. But remember in the beginning of the Running Man, the Arnold Schwarzenegger version, not the new one that's coming out, but it's like everybody was like looking at their own little TV. They're holding like little television sets, and they're all looking at them all the time. Everybody was just glued to the TV, no matter where they were. That's literally what we have today, where people are walking. If I'm walking down the sidewalk, somebody else is walking along and they're staring at their phone.
I resent that cell phones are the only cause of me getting a back issue as a millennial. Game Boy was the initiator there.
Which one?
Game Boy?
Game Boy. Oh, yeah. Or as we called it back in the 90s, no friendo.
Nice.
But I was hunched over playing Game Boy throughout my childhood, so that just led straight into hunched over on my cell phone.
Yeah.
But you know what most kids today did? I mean, I know my kids didn't have the original Game Boy, but they had different iterations that came after. Like the Game Boy Advanced or whatever. Even I had a Game Boy Advanced at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have opened the cold IPA from Parallel 49. It was called Cold as Elves.
Elves?
Yeah, so this was in the Christmas Advent calendar thing that they put out. I think it was called It's a Wonderful Time for a Beer. Interestingly about this Advent calendar, and I haven't gone through the whole thing yet. I've probably been about 3/4 of the way through. So far, only one beer was Christmas themed. All of the beers have been good. They've all been very good. We've had lagers, we have pilsners, we've had IPAs, hazy IPAs, and they're all very good. But in an Advent calendar, you kind of expect stuff to be sort of Christmassy, and
no stouts, nothing of plum pudding kind of palate.
No, nothing like that. There was one that I came across. It was a cranberry sour, which was good.
Okay.
But that was the only thing that I would say was sort of Christmassy. Now, like I said, I'm not finished it yet. Still got, I think, 4 or 5 more days to go on it. So we'll see what those have. But yeah. Okay, so let's give this one a try. Not nearly as good as a Category 12.
Mm.
No?
It is paler in color.
Mm-hmm.
The hot bite just isn't there.
Okay.
It kind of tastes kind of bland in comparison. I think if I didn't have the Category 12 one first and immediately go into this one, I probably would have liked this one. But in direct comparison to the Category 12, that one's better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good to know.
So we got a question here from the Beer Jesus.
Who's this?
The Beer Jesus.
The Beer Jesus. Hey.
Okay,
That's
so
the
he's
best
asking
name
what beer.
ever.
Okay, so
Hi,
I
Beer
was
Jesus.
drinking from Category
Yes,
12.
no, I believe in witch beer as well. Witchcraft has been, badly maligned over the centuries, but I'm very keen on witch beer.
But now I'm drinking from Parallel 49 in Vancouver, British Columbia. They're Cold as Elves Cold IPA, which came in their Advent calendar, which I am late on finishing because Advent finished over a month ago now.
Mm.
It's
And I was just saying that this one here, good, not as good as the Category 12 one that I just finished.
So, Beer Jesus, what is your element? I'm very curious.
Let's all wait. Don't say anything until Beer Jesus.
Nobody say
responds.
anything. We're waiting on
Beer
the Beer
Jesus.
Jesus.
Answer! Oh,
But
did he
is
leave?
Jesus, isn't it not?
Oh, you left? Oh, okay.
You scared him away.
So interestingly, that Keith was talking about the Game Boy. So I was going to show you guys this. This is a new
Okay.
toy that I got. So this is called the Atari Game Station Go.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Oh, wait.
Beer Jesus responded.
No.
Quads, stout,
Barley wine.
Well, actually,
yeah.
we
Okay.
have
Yes.
done a lot of barley wines. We've done a lot of quads. We've done a few triples too. Not some actually. I'm interested. We've not done a lot of pilsners. Like we've done some,
We've done some.
but not a lot. Like overall, if we were to look at our entire history of like the last decade, we're hitting.
I could tell you,
the barley wines
Beer
pretty hard.
Jesus, you're what you're into. That's our jam.
Yeah,
That's
this
my
is totally
jam.
our jam.
Especially the stouts and barley wines. Oh my god, I love barley wines.
Mm.
We have a few. Actually, is there a barley wine that's coming out in like the spring, or is that totally like I don't know? I'm just curious.
No.
No.
No, in fact,
think of it.
the barley wine should be coming out now. In fact, I'm kind of shocked. I have not seen this year's Old Cellar Dweller from Driftwood come out. Kind of making me wonder if they are going to.
That's concerning.
It looks like Beer Jesus knows how to cook.
Ooh,
By the way, ever do a barley and braised roast? No, I want. Where did you get this? I'm just posting the because we actually have a beer map. I've not now. Full disclosure, I haven't updated this in a few years, but we do actually have a page on our website that has our barley
we
map.
have a website.
Sorry, a beer map. Yes, we do. Surprisingly, surprise. I actually just logged into it for the first time in like a very long time. But essentially, for the last while, I've been slowly adding stuff to it of breweries around the world that we've actually been able. Like we lucked out somewhere where we got beer from Iceland. Like I don't remember why or how, but
Probably international
no,
trade.
not at all. It was just kind of funny that very few times in our chat do we get people actually telling us their preference for beer, which is weird. We get a lot of sort of, hey, how's it going? I've got boobs. I'm like, all right, good for you. But yeah, no, I this is the stuff that we thrive on, is actually talking about different beers because, for example, this is I've told this story before, but very quickly, I was in Florida and I was at a hotel and I thought, hey, I'm gonna have a local IPA. I want to try it, and it was horrible. And then I looked it up a few years later, and people were saying the same thing. Why did they? It's called like Swamp Ape, but it became Swamp Ass in my mind because it was just horrible. But anyway, honestly, what I hate is I hate beer, but it's like, yeah, exactly. Hipster Momo. You know what?
Well, it depends. It depends on the IPA.
That is true.
Like some of them just are taste like fruity and stuff, but they're the ones that have like the piney resin. Those ones are the best ones to have.
True. It's very true.
But
I want to make a beer called Hipster Mimosa.
I have a collection of about 6 or 7 barley wines that I've got in my cellar. Well, it's not really a cellar; it's a cupboard, but I call it the cellar. And
I think I have a couple as well.
Do you?
I think I'm gonna go check because it's just right over here.
One thing my favorite one is Thor's Hammer from Central City, and they have not put it out, at least that I've seen, in a few years, and I'm kind of bummed about that because I drank my last one, and I had this thing where I didn't drink one unless I could already replace it. But I had no method of replacing it, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I ended up drinking it, and now I don't have a Thor's Hammer. But I've got some from some other places. So,
so
while we're on the subject of barley wines and high test drinks, look at that!
Well, I've got an old cellar dweller from
that's some quality art, isn't it?
And I still have this. I still have one of my Fuller's Dale ones too.
Oh my god!
So that one's from.
I to drink that. That's from several
2016,
years ago.
I think.
So it's 10 years.
Yeah. Here's a question that I don't know if anybody has the answer to at this table, but does anybody know whether Storm is still active in the Vancouver area?
I think so.
I know they were operating as kind of a gypsy brewing kind of thing, but with the demise of the Alibi Room, which was where I could usually reliably find it, is there any hide nor hair of the Storm Imperial Flanders Red?
Flanders Red.
I'm pretty sure Storm is still around.
It was extremely sour, to the point where I mean, look, if you were doing salad stuff, you could replace balsamic vinegar with it to good effect. But it was very, very sour and very, very strong. Is anybody serving that in Vancouver today?
You can tell we're all old because we have to move it closer to the screen.
I had made that observation in my mind, and I was like, I'm not going to verbalize it.
Sorry, what was that, Keith? I didn't quite understand.
I base that a little bit on the fact that I'm in a dark room staring at a bright screen wearing a hat that muffles my ears. But
well, it is like minus 420 over where you are right now.
It's
and like 80 feet of
unusually
snow.
wintry for Toronto. Like Toronto's usually kind of a bullshit Canadian city because its weather is really, frankly, more like, we're fully south of most of Canada. That said, this is properly wintry. We've got like feet of snow, not inches of it. It's actually difficult to walk around outside because of the amount of snow. I'm impressed. If this is what global climate change looks like, I think Torontonians deserve it. But
the first or the second snowfall?
So look, there's been earlier snowfalls in the year. It just didn't stick around. This is the second one that stuck around.
Okay, so
True.
If climate change is happening, and I mean, I'm being facetious here, of course, climate change is happening, but I'm used to having 2 snowfalls in Toronto when I was going to school, and so I'm not surprised that the second one is usually the harder hit one as well, where it's got a lot more feet of snow than the first one, and it sticks around a bit longer than the first one. But
you know what I mean when I say that it's not uncommon to see the ground without snow all the way through December.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
True. Although then you have people like me and Alan who grew up on the West Coast, and it is primarily we get snow in February for like 5 minutes, and then it's gone. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, as an aside, we should raise a glass because we lost Catherine O'Hara this week.
Oh shit! Oh man,
yeah,
Catherine O'Hara.
Saying a farewell to her. Which
and it sucks.
Which is brutal. It's absolutely brutal. I don't.
Just to reiterate her impromptu, I think improvised performance in Clue. Flames of the side of my face, flames.
And you know what? I don't know if it's just me, but it's like a lot of the praise that's coming out. It's like, oh, she was in Home Alone, or she was in Schitt's Creek, and what about SCTV? No love for SCTV.
Fucking SCTV invented television.
Totally.
Exactly. I mean, and that's. I mean, a lot of the coverage coming out of Canada talks about SCTV primarily. And Home Alone is sort of oh yeah, and she played the mother in Home Alone, but I think from an American perspective, that would be probably the biggest thing that she did. I mean, actually, the one thing I did find out or heard on some report was that she was actually a member of SNL for half a season. She never appeared on camera, but she found living in New York awful, so she moved back to Canada. I'm not like, and that was, God, it was like early SNL, like we're talking probably mid '80s or so.
Yeah, that would have been sort of Chevy Chase and them.
I have no idea who Maddie Matheson is. I am so sad there. I should know more.
I think that's probably a line.
But at the end of the day, it's very sad this week for that. So
she was young too.
Yeah, it's 71, I think.
I mean, by today's standards, that's young.
Yeah, I mean the average age has crept up to like 79, or the mean average of the average of an adult individual in North America. Granted, I gather it's still higher in other places. But Celeb Chef. Oh, sorry, I need to watch more. Oh, I've never seen it. Never seen this show, The Bear. Has anyone else here seen The Bear? I hear nothing but great
No,
things.
I lived with a chef for a decade. I'm not. I'm not.
Good point.
That's. But that said, I'm just about ready to revisit that experience. So okay.
The Bear.
What is our top show of this of 2025?
For me, I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I gotta say Andor. Season 2.
Andor, yeah.
That happened in 2025.
Nope, no offense taken at all. I'm actually kind of curious about the show you mentioned, so I really honestly, I stopped watching a lot of television over the past couple of years, and got into the whole doom scrolling problem. That I actually have been quite successful in the last couple of months to stop doing it. If I catch myself doing it, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh God. Let's talk about Strange Brew, boys and girls. Keith, you must have watched Strange Brew. Yes?
I've never seen it.
No.
Say what?
I'm out of here. I'm off the show. I quit.
It sounds intriguing. Based on
oh,
the
wow. Here, let me
bit of
find
knowledge
Do you
that
even
I
know
have
what
seen
it
on the
is?
screen. I have no clue.
You have no clue.
From what it sounds like.
Okay, so
some people are making strange beers.
Okay, I'm going to
weird
find
ingredients.
Strange
Do
Brew
the
trailer.
names Bob and Doug McKenzie mean anything to you?
Should it?
Okay,
yes.
hang on.
Nope.
Here we go.
Okay, you have homework, my friend.
All right, Keith. I know what we're doing soon. All right.
I like that they worked in some Hamlet into that film.
All right, here we go.
Elevated.
Bring it on.
Yeah, Elsinore. Yeah.
Somewhere behind granite battlements, beyond impenetrable gates, indoors, something evil is brewing, and it isn't Elsinore beer. Here, an unsuspecting heiress has become the innocent pawn of a diabolical genius. At his command, space-age super lasers that can incinerate an entire metropolis. An army of deadly hockey warriors. At his fingertips, lots of beer.
Just one more test, and then we are ready for the world.
What fool dares stand in his way?
Good day, I'm Bob McKenzie. This is my brother Doug. How's it going, eh? Welcome to our movie, eh?
At last, television's Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis have just hit the great white screen. These are the adventures of Bob and Doug McKenzie. Strange Brew.
That's private company business.
Perhaps one of these would refresh your memory, eh?
The gallant champions of truth.
He's lying, all right. I don't need no machine to tell me that, eh? I didn't do it, I swear. It must be them.
Justice.
I think it's time the little lady and I had a chat.
And the pursuit of bad guys.
We will move towards Oktoberfest as planned.
I can't believe it. He drank it all.
Oh, no!
And I will not underestimate our little friends again.
with Max von Sydow, Paul Dooley,
You murdered him first. He was already dead when I killed him.
Lynn Griffin,
If I didn't have puke breath, I'd kiss you.
and an all-star cast.
Take off, you boy. You take off, you nut. Okay.
Don't miss the biggest, the grandest, the first Mackenzie Brothers movie of all time. The Adventures of Bob and Doug Mackenzie.
I'd like to thank the Academy. That's it. We're leaving, kids. Come on.
Strange Brew.
You hoser, they wanted to see our movie, now they're mad at us. Take off. It's only a preview, eh? I didn't want to show them the best part. Okay, so that's our topic for today. So good.
What a weird trailer.
Fucking thing's solid.
Was that my dog flying in the air?
Because we get to the root of October, it turns for the horse. Oh man.
Although in watching that, there was this one cut where like this guard guy in the white was rescuing somebody, and I could swear it was one of the guards from Star Trek 3 that said to Sulu, never call him, or said, call him Tiny. I could
Does kind of look like him, actually.
Yeah.
So, Keith, you and I have to watch this film because
Well, yeah.
Well, I think you got to give him some background on Bob and Doug
Hamilton
McKenzie from SCTV.
And yeah, it was basically I mean, hell, when you have Geddy Lee singing the theme song of the show, I mean, come on.
Now I gotta say this, because Shane and I are going to go see Rush next December. They better do that. So, I doubt it, but
I doubt they would. But
you should text them about that.
Yeah, we should text them.
We'll send him some tweets. Hey, if you don't sing "Take Off" at the show, we'll be sad.
Just spam them once a night.
We'll start a riot. Hey,
I wonder if Neil wrote the lyrics for that. I kind of doubt it.
Probably not. Yeah, well, I've totally forgotten how we got to Strange Brew in this conversation. Oh, we were talking about age.
We were talking about beer, but no, yeah, we
were talking about beer.
Age. Could you get Elsinore beer? Blame Jesus. Yeah, thanks, man. He'll
Could you fucking make Elsinore beer? Like, what would be the protected copyright measure that would prevent you from doing that? Okay, as a reference to the film, would it be right? I could see you losing that case. But look, the smart person, I think, would go directly to Rick Moranis or anybody involved in that film and say, look, what do I need to do to form an agreement with you that this intellectual property we will use to sell beer to the world? We want Elsinore beer as a product available now. What do we do?
You know what's really funny? I was just looking this up. If anyone has ever made a beer called Elsinore, and apparently Phillips Brewing made a beer called.
Of course they fucking did.
But also another brewery called Pint House did this. I think Pint House is in Austin. But it looks like it has been actually. Oh, wait a minute.
I think we should sell a delegate of Canadians or send them down to Texas and encourage them to separate from the United States.
We'll pay them big dollars.
Put this on the screen here.
We'll send a delegate of Albertans so that it's extra clear.
So this was a beer. This is the Pint House version. They're from Austin, Texas.
Okay.
But Phillips apparently did one called the same thing.
I actually remember that.
I gather it is a complete nod to the underrated films, or the underrated movie called Strange Brew.
Mm. Yeah.
My first shirts say, "Oh, okay." What would you use, brew?
Mm.
So I think we should start our own brewery. I know it'll only take
We've
what
said
20
that for like the past 12 years.
But it's nonsense because Shane, you already brew beer. It's just that you don't sell it.
Yeah.
I definitely
You distiller it, you don't sell it.
This is very true. I shouldn't try to start selling it
hoards
because
it all
Keith would
for
get me in trouble.
himself.
He'd rat me out.
The jerk.
What a jerk.
But you let me drink it, which makes me not care whether you sell it.
A maple brown ale sounds gross to me somehow.
I feel like that's a Sleeman's operation, but
oh yeah, totally. Well, it's a honey brown.
Yeah, sure.
Actually,
But if they did a maple brown, would it be basically the same recipe, only better? Yeah, it would be.
Which actually
be on brand for Sleeman's. Yeah, it'd actually be on brand for Sleeman's.
The honey brown ale, I haven't had it in a very, very long time. It's been years, but I remember enjoying it.
Oh, look, it's one of those beers that, and frankly, there are other beers of this category that I admire. Trooper's one of them. But yeah, it's one of those beers that if you get it fresh, it's great. If you get it a little stale, yeah.
I see that's weird because I tried Trooper one time.
Yeah, no. You have this conversation online. Yeah.
And I did not enjoy it.
Yeah. And that is because there were absolutely liquor stores around the country holding on to product for longer than they were supposed to, and selling it because their view was this is just a brand issue. This is just about the label on the tin. It's not about the freshness of the beer. Yeah, and that's because you probably haven't had it properly fresh. If you've had it on tap in England, you know what it's supposed to taste like. So you know when it's past its expiry date when you're drinking it here. That's why they changed their tins from something sort of, frankly, cool looking but fussy to just a red tin because there were too many. Okay. Well, all right. And did you have it out of a tin or was it fresh beer?
What is the freshness? Brewdog or Savages? Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, they are, but they're more my sort of savages. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? The thermonuclear penguins, like, it's revolting. There's no reason to do it except just to show that you did.
What about the what was that other one that you said was really good? I want to say it had something to do with Elvis. I seem to remember.
What was the worst beer you guys have ever had?
Oh, hands down, Swamp Ape. It was undrinkable. I had it because I wanted to dive into the local offerings, and it was the first beer ever that I was at a restaurant. I said, "Yes, I'd like something local." And they said, "Well, we have these 3 or 4, whatever it was." And they had 3 of them were IPAs and one was in history that I put in my mouth that I instantly was like, what have I just put in? Like, oh God, this is horrible. And it was just awful. Worst beer for me, Labatt Bourbon Reserve. Tastes like
never heard of it.
Bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
The fuck? Weird.
What a weird thing.
I have actually never heard of that beer.
No, neither.
I wonder if it was maybe similar to
copper one?
Budweiser Copper.
We had. We were surprised. We actually bought a beer called Budweiser Copper, and it was like an old-fashioned flavory.
It was Budweiser that was
Yeah.
aged on Jim Beam staves.
Yeah, that one. And it was actually good, which
I actually really liked it.
Shattered my beer.
I was shocked. I thought I was going to hate it.
I'm going to look that up now.
How about you, Alan? Worst beer?
Oh, worst beer. I'm going to go with Old Speckled. Oh, no. Well, I don't know if this Colt 45 count as a beer.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more malt liquor, but it's in range. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, and then as a runner up, Old Speckled Hen.
Oh God! Oh right.
Huh.
Ah. Yes, I do vaguely remember that. That's horrible. So this bottle. That's a stubby, is it not?
That appears to be a stubby.
I would get it just for the stubbiness.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I remember.
It looks cool. I have no idea how it
tastes,
tastes, but I like the presentation.
Yeah,
I would say so. Malt liquor is a doppelganger. Yeah, we did an episode a number of years ago where Alan and I don't know if anyone else joined in, but we did Colt 45, Old English. Was there another, or was it just those two?
No, it was just those two.
And
it was because a viewer had asked
experience.
us to. I think they were just trolling us. But.
Yeah. But it was Beer Advocate is I like it a bit better because it has more detail, and Untapped is more of a bitch fest. But the Old English was at 800.
500.
I don't remember. It was
doesn't matter.
I mean, sorry, it wasn't beer. It was what do they call it? A
malt liquor.
Malt liquor, yeah. It was awful. I remember it just being brutal.
Locke, how about yourself?
But funny. But malt liquor was.
Locke has to think about it.
Oh, here we go. Let's hear it.
He's stewing about it.
Oh my God.
It takes a lot for me to dislike a beer. I'm just gonna state that, as a sort of a bookend to this.
Suspense.
I mean, look, to me, bad beer is always still sort of satisfying because it's still beer.
Beer's kind of like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty
good. Yeah. I mean, when somebody hasn't cleaned the lines and they're serving up piss lager at some fucking, place where I can't get anything else, is that bad beer? Yeah, sort of, but it's not. Like, I understand the circumstance that the fact that there's beer is actually very pleasing to me, and so I'm not that critical at that point,
I think what we're talking about is beer that's just
beer that's never being produced, that's close to undrinkable. I've still had homebrew that's given me the shits that I still think, actually, there was something about it that I kind of, like even that's redeemable. What does it make? What does it require for a beer to be really something that I have, real heartfelt antipathy for? I think I think that maybe
Beer Jesus just sent us a link to his Twitch, which the Crafty Boys have now followed.
okay.
But I want to know more about. Sorry, in the chat here, Beer Jesus, throw in the Feast on Beast promotions bring you the best extreme metal. What is that? I totally want to know.
If we're talking about BAEST, then I've listened to that album recently. It got a track of it in the car now. I like what they're doing. They're from Denmark. Extreme metal. For really truly shitty beer. I mean, Shane, you've always had your reference to Swamp Ape. I don't know if I have anything as 100% clear as that. But I do remember something like 9% jalapeno ghosts that left me barfing, and that probably would be a recipe that I would not care to see repeated.
Holy shit.
The worst beer is this. It's the beer that you come across accidentally when you're at a house party and you're mind sweeping, and you come across one that looks good, and when you shake it, has plenty of beer in it, and yet somebody dropped a fucking cigarette butt.
Okay, sorry, Locke. I got distracted with the fact of becoming the confirmed metal host for GTA 6. Okay,
cool.
I am, yes, a Black and Death Metal radio show. That is awesome.
Right on.
Just looking at some of that stuff, I think I've seen some of this content before.
Really?
I think so. It looks familiar.
Oh, that kicks ass. I'm gonna follow this one as well on my other account.
Cool.
Sweet.
But maybe not, because I'm not on Twitch, so maybe I haven't. But
yeah, you can still watch Twitch without it being on Twitch.
Because I'm old, right?
We're old. So old.
Old enough to remember mind sweeping at house parties where people have put cigarettes out in beers that are still good.
Sorry, guys. Talk among yourselves. I'm looking for GTA 3's third trailer.
Okay. For me, other beers that I've had that kind of turned me off, Steamworks makes a killer cucumber ale, which Shane and I had probably 10 years ago when not long after we first started this channel. And it really turned me off. Now, I tried it again a couple of months ago, and I actually really liked it a lot more the second time around. But the first time we had it, I hated it. It was like I could barely finish it. I finished it.
What was it?
But I kind of felt like I had to because my mom was going to send me to bed early or something if I didn't, because it was vegetables.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was this thing?
Huh?
What was
this cucumber?
It was called Killer Cucumber Ale
Cucumber
from Steamworks.
I actually know a woman who's allergic to cucumbers.
It was horrible. It was literally horrible. And then Peril 49 also makes a beer in their old advent calendars. I haven't come across it in their 2025 advent calendar yet, called Mr. Needles, which is basically a beer that tastes like you went out into the forest and just picked up a bunch of stuff from the ground and shoved it in your mouth.
Now, have you ever had Montreal spruce beer Like it's like ginger beer, but it's spruce.
No.
To be fair, it tastes like a cleaning product. Did this taste like a cleaning product at all,
Mr. Needles?
Mr. Needles, or
Maybe,
was it really
maybe a little bit. I don't
So
know.
maybe
I don't often drink cleaning products.
It's not the ideal thing to be drinking.
Is that you? Beer Jesus, is that you?
I see the
excited
Jesus.
about video games. Yes, for the last few years, our episode numbers are random.
Confirmed. It is beer.
We kind of lost count of how many episodes we have. It's in the
Yeah,
I don't know.
2020 really just we gave up in terms of keeping track.
we're
Every so
we're up.
often I do go back to old episodes and kind of sort them out. But
We must be like over like 500 episodes now, right?
oh yeah, we're over 500 by now. Yeah, we started in 2014. What? Somewhere in there, yeah. Actually, yeah, it's been. I think we're in the year 11 now, or somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well, wait a second. Next week is our anniversary.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
We started we started the first week of February.
That's right. Oh my God! Why did I not even?
So next week is actually our 12th anniversary.
Yeah, if we include every single video that we've done, including the advent calendars, which did about 3 years in a row, I think in total we have how many episodes have we actually got that are published?
Many.
Yeah, we're way over 500 now. Oh wow.
Well done.
Of pure comedy amazement. 513. That's right. And that's why we count episodes. Yeah, I know. But that should be the Mel host. Nice. Sorry, I'm just nerding out about the GTA thing. Sorry, guys.
No, hey, that's really cool.
Very, very cool.
It is.
But yeah, our first episode was
it was the Bean Me Up Espresso
the
Stout.
Bean Me Up Milk Stout. Yeah. Fuggles and Warlock. They're only called Fuggles now, I think.
Yes.
And I don't
it's
think
a completely different ownership group now.
Oh yeah, send it our way. Totally.
Sorry, Matty Matheson. Who is Matty Matheson?
Celebrity chef.
Celebrity. He's not a dude that does voiceover acting, is he?
He is this individual.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's
John
it's
Brunswick.
a different dude than the Matty that I know, but yeah, okay.
Okay, we got a comment from Mercy Beers.
Okay.
Where? It's 5:24 a.m. here. We're doing about
Nice one.
Double IPA.
Excellent.
Nice.
That's the way to be.
Wait a minute. My drinking buddy is snoring next to me, finishing off he's drinking while sleeping?
No, I think he's finishing off.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was reading that going.
The guy's not sleeping and drinking at the same time. Come on.
That would be a good trick.
That
would be kind of awesome, actually.
I've been to a few parties where I have fallen asleep grasping a can of beer, and I had not dropped it while I was sleeping. And
Well,
that
that's
is
a
my
beer.
party trick.
All right, boys. I'm out of beer.
Same.
Okay, all right. Well, I think a successful venture here.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. We will see you all next week. Roughly the same time, the same bat channel. And
Anniversary beers.
Nice. Sorry, I just read that and I just thought, wait a minute, how is that possible? Loffers all jerk chicken pineapple. Nice. Nice.
Very nice.
All right, we'll see you all next week. Same bad channel, same bad time. And until then, drink good beer and make sure that I don't know, get naked or something. All right, boys. See you all later on. Good night. Good night.